Good evening and welcome to Savage Universe. I am J-M, and this is a show where we talk about all of the cool things that are going on in the Savage Universe. And with me tonight is Jacob. Jacob, welcome to the show.
Hi there.
Listen, I know it's late for you, or I guess super early for you, and we're just going to jump right into it. You have exciting news for Savage Worlds fans coming in September.
Yes, hopefully. I've been working at the Unofficial Steampunk Handbook. Yeah, the general idea was that I would, use the swag license to create like companions for genres that won't have their own companions. Yeah, so probably this is kind of a interesting genre. It's like between pulp, it's between fantasy. It's not exactly science fiction, yeah. So there are things in science fiction companions, yeah, that can be adapted to steampunk. But I think there could be some extra rules that could be used by the players.
Yeah. So tell us, like, how? Yes, John. Hi to John Doom. Yeah, it's very neo-Victorian. The cover looks great.
Yeah. I will show the pages of the inside yet. Yeah, but kind of as I said, yeah, as usual, all the problems in life are, of course, solved by Spider-Man. Yeah. So this idea came. Basically, I've been working on the book. Yeah. And I kind of had different ideas. I'm not sure if you could see the previous version. This is what I hyped it before. Yeah, this is the old version. I'm not sure if it's visible.
So if you do you have access to the share button? Otherwise, you can send it. You can email it to me, and I'll be able to show it.
Okay. Because I'm okay. Okay. Share screen. Okay, and I should be. Yeah, this is the old version. I'm not sure if you can see it now.
All right, hold on. I will add it to stage. All right, there we go.
Yeah, this is the old version. So I kind of stylized it as as a joke. Yeah, to make it more similar to official Pinnacle companions. Yeah, but of course this is for. But as I was writing it, yeah, I kind of decided, yeah, I was going more and more with the steampunk vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's kind of supposed to be like steampunk, not steam establishment. Yeah, so it kind of it combines the vision. This is on the PDF. This is the PDF. Okay. So if something works for 1970s, yeah, it should work for 1870s, yeah. Things are cyclical. So I kind of I was kind of inspired by Spider-Man, namely Spider-Punk from the
Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, the second one, Across the Spider-Verse. Yeah, I think that was the same. Yes, who looks like something out of punk zine. I wouldn't say I was a punk myself in high school, but I had some friends who were into this. Yeah, I
love the chapter headers. Those look great.
Yeah. So it kind of in theory they should combine this Victorian. All of this comes from like public domain magazines, books. Yeah, something is drawn. Yeah, and I basically that's what I have. Yeah, I have stock art. Yeah, I kind of decided. Yeah, if I want to use photos. Yeah, I should go all the way with photos. Yeah, there are some drawings here. There is some art, but I'm relying on photos. Mostly I'm relying on collages like this one. Yeah, or let me show. Yeah, I deliberately used like lower quality. What special effects do you want? All of them. Yeah,
all of them.
Put on your 3D glasses now. So it's kind of, random, haphazard, but it's kind of,
Right. I mean, that feeds into sort of the punk aesthetic.
yeah. So, kind of wanted to find something between punk, between Victorian era. This is kind of for me, for the visuals. I don't. A lot of people, say that if you want like gentlemen in top hats. No. Okay, it's not establishment. Yeah, you have to, don't work with the system. Don't work with Her Majesty. Yeah, try to, burn the system down. Yeah?
Burn the empire down. Yeah.
So yeah, oh my god, I don't want to. I'm here to talk about the book after all.
So let's talk about what's in the book. Like, what are some setting rules that you've put together for the setting rules, arcane backgrounds? What's like kind of character and setting focus?
Okay, as you see, we are seeing origins. It's kind of combines like species. Yeah, instead of like species, I have class origins, and it's kind of from simple ones to more elaborate. Okay, but let's skip here because this is something I also need to tell people about, because some people know that I used to work on a Polish RPG, that one of the few RPGs from my country that was released in English. It was created by Artur Gąszyniec, who is also a video game designer this day, yeah. And it's also available online on his itch.io. It was actually distributed by Studio 7, if I recall, the same company that distributes Savage Worlds.
Can you put a link to that in the private?
Yeah. I try to put it in the chat. Okay, yeah. You can buy the original Volsung books there in English, also in Polish. I think you can get the English a bit starter, if I'm correctly. Yes. I work on translation, and I worked on most handbooks that are out there.
Awesome.
Yeah. And Volsung was basically a steam pulp adventure, a game of cinematic action. So it kind of relied on this ladies and gentlemen aesthetic. Yeah, It's set in basically like this type of fantasy equivalent to Europe. Yeah, everything. It's not France. It's Aquitaine. Yeah, it's not England. It's Alfheim. This type of world. But there is magic. There's other species. Yeah, and apart from generic steampunk rules, this also contains some rules for Volsung to use it as a conversion, to use it in your games or be inspired by your ideas. So I asked Artur, the author, if I would be able to use the species here, and he said yes.
Oh, very cool. So there's a little crossover between Volsung and the unofficial.
I think that there is ancestries. I put them at the beginning, but I'm a genius because I put what is Volsung later in the book. But I kind of managed. I hope it will work. So there's, apart from like origins, there is ancestries, which is your typical fantasy, elves, dwarves, gnomes, halflings, nixes, which are new in the second edition, ogres, orcs, trolls. So as you see, I'm using photos. I don't have original. Also some classic ancestries, which are based on a Victorian or neo-Victorian fiction.
Okay.
Like Animatus, which is basically a Frankenstein monster, which is, if you have core companion, you can spot it. Automaton, Mongrel, which is like based on Dr. Moreau's Island.
Okay,
and Morlocks, Deary. Okay, this is a story. You'll know what is it if you read the book. But basically, they're steampunk anime demon hedgehog people, which is complex. And there's also the species added as an afterthought, kind of, which is hand trolls, which are based on a certain very famous steampunk comic book.
Okay.
They speak with a funny accent. They are obsessed about clothes. They're pretty violent. Yeah, so I will skip. There are some edges hindrances. Some of them are adapted from my other Savage products, but yeah, there are some nuance. And let's skip ahead to some edges for Volsung people. Yeah, oh, there are some spots. Yeah, the setting rules. Yeah, you've been asking. Yeah, so I always thought, this is a Steam punk. Yeah, so there's of course rules on seduction that they were adapted from a single spy mom. Rules on clacking, yeah, which is I kind of renamed the hacking skill, which is kind of more detailed. I thought, in a lot of existing steampunk settings, there is no pressure like on mechanical computers, yeah.
Right.
So it's pretty elaborate.
So something more like the Babbage analytical engine.
Yeah. There's more on that in the gear section.
Yeah.
And I thought, if you remember, I talked about Stud Squad, and in that genre, I'm playing music sport, and I thought, let's change it, let's improvise it, because this is steampunk, So there is a whole page on rocking, and because you don't have to play an electric guitar, to be a rock star. There were musicians in the 19th century at Paganini, Liszt, who inspired the crowds. And kind of, if you want to focus on music, there is this option, or if you know that in the what do we call it? Oh my God. In Mike Pondsmith cyberpunk games, rockstar archetype, rocker boy was always very important. I kind of thought, it could work for steampunk. So there is it. Okay, there are rules that are rules for clubs which are adapted from hideouts. Okay. I kind of retell the story, but because I think it's different. I said in single spy mom said, here's how we change it, but it requires kind of a more rewritten system. It's more or less the same, and this is new. But again, I'm ripping off another existing product. Those are rules for inspired inventions. This is different from Mad Science. There will be some new arcane backgrounds, but this is kind of like to make a sudden invention that can change the world, not like a tool, not like a power you can use. What kind of a new device? It kind of models like the spark from Girl Genius or particles of inspiration from this world.
Okay.
And initially, we play tested it with because I wanted it to be card based. So we kind of toyed with the idea of it being based on blackjack rules.
Okay.
But it couldn't fit. It couldn't suit us. So I kind of thought, okay, let's go back. I took a look at the original Deadlands Mad Science. It's not exactly 1-to-1, but it's based on the card probabilities. If you know Deadlands, if you know also Savage Deadlands, you know that basically the lower hands are much more likely than some of the higher ones.
Exactly.
It's much easier to draw a tree than a straight. And it's a huge jump. So it kind of is based on this idea. The lower ideas make your invention sane, but the higher ones, you can go a little bit crazy. You can be a little bit uncontrolled. So there's the setting rules. Okay, I have a chapter on gear. There's some.
Well, I mean, you've got to if you're. book
And
together.
again, this is kind of based on science fiction companion. Yeah, there is tech levels, but they have STEAM levels. Yeah, how plausible the technology is, and this is a little bit recurring in this. Yeah, again, more on difference engines, more on computers and how you can use it in Victorian society. Again, kind of retelling the story. Why not? Yeah, homeopathic data storage. Yeah, and some of the more equipment. I think in general, yeah, I'm not a huge fan of long lists of guns. Yeah, I think everything you need is in the Savage Core book, but there are some ideas that you can find here.
Very cool.
Yeah, okay, and I like this. Yeah, a list. Yeah, instead of a list of weapons, I have a longer list of like smaller items that don't really need game rules. Yeah, but here there are for flavor, for some minor ideas. Yeah, rules on hidden items because this was important during radio, and some chemical inventions. Oh yeah. And again, this is another thing that I recycled from Sleuth Squad, yeah, because again, people asked about airships, people asked about dirigibles, yeah. So Sleuth Squad had a rule of modifying your Sleuth mobile, yeah. So basically, this list is here recycled. There are some new abilities, there are some powers, there are some new vehicles, yeah. A little bit on how can you use airships in your games, just to take something under consideration. Yeah, steam engine vehicles for land and for water and air. From
Very cool. And how many pages is the PDF? Like roughly?
Yeah, over 200. I did
wow.
a little bit of cheating here. Yeah, at the end, and I don't want to skip. Yeah, this is the equipment list. You've seen it all if you had Sleuth Squad. And I want to also to show people this.
Okay.
Because I have some new arcane backgrounds. So I kind of wanted to add some new varieties of mad scientist. So I have a biomanipulator who specializes in mad biology.
Okay.
Yeah? And there is chaotist, which is not a scientist, definitely. Which is kind of based on if you've read Baslag series, they are based on the torque, which twists things, yeah, or on video games like Ancient Domains of Mystery, roguelikes, which kind of evoke this Murkochian chaos, like a force of warping and entering the world. So yeah, there is some strain of fairyland. So there is Fae Speaker, and there is Mad Chemist, which is basically alchemist from other Sway products.
Okay.
Hypnotist or magnetist. Medium for calling spirits, and Metropolitan, which is kind of this urban priest. Yeah, this person worships the forces of the city.
That reminds me a little bit of it. Was it the Authority or Planetary that had?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Kind of based on this type of person, yeah, Jenny Sparks or something, yeah.
Yeah, Jenny Sparks.
Occultist, yeah. And,
hey, Ted, welcome.
Hello. And the Weather Master. And I decided to put on a little bit more complicated arcane backgrounds for Volsung, which are a bit more specific. Wild talents through art, technomagic, ritualism, spiritualism, and a variety of clerics, and some new powers. Some of them I have published before, but again, there are some new ones.
Okay, awesome.
Okay. I'll skip down because the next chapter is more about world building. There are, rules. Oh my God. Sometimes I went a little bit far on the punk side, so I had to self-censor myself. So, I try to keep it hard with PG-13, but I like that important term has a censored name. I could have went with implausible technologies, but let's this. So there are rules on how can you add what can be added to your steampunk universe. This is fairly generic, I think. Yeah, what can be added, what should be out there, what shouldn't be out there. Some 1870, 1880 locations: Paris, Warsaw, Berlin, St. Petersburg, San Francisco, and London and Khartoum. So
very
kind of,
cool.
A little bit centric, secret societies, because you need some opponents, and it's some vocabulary, lexicon to inspire you. A section living in the 18th century, and this is kind of, sometimes I feel I went a little bit too grimdark, and like 2 pages on the world of Volsung. I hope some of it will inspire people to at least buy and read the main handbook. What if a fantasy world underwent an industrial revolution? What if the great world involved magic, witches, and dragons? And there's only 2 pages, but I think that's enough to inspire you. A GMing chapter on creating villains, telling a story, setting a campaign various campaign models, and a section on opponents. Okay, I probably have to work on it a little bit more. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, and there is an add-on which kind of is. I need it to be above 200 pages, which is a supplement. Okay, yeah, I will need to work on the thing, which are like dozens of, historical, fictional, and blatant rip-off characters that were inspired by steampunk fiction, period fiction, from Ada Lovelace, Arsène Lupin, and to some characters which are, just versions, like a masked fencer, masked, So there's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but I also try to, not to double things with Reapers, because you can find, if you want to fight Jack the Ripper, maybe you should get Reapers as well. So I don't know. This is some of it. It's Anglo-centric. Some of them.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I will have to work on it a little bit more.
So when is the goal to have this in people's hands?
I'm hoping for the beginning of September. As you see, it's kind of written. I'm editing it. I'm working on some snags, and oh my god, and I will have to edit the text, add the page markers.
Okay.
I had my previous large book, Loot Squad, was print on demand, but it wasn't too popular. I don't think this will be print on demand unless there's a lot of demand.
Well, I mean, it's a genre that I love. Like we were talking about Space 1889. Strange Owl Games published Space 1889 After, which was written by Daryl Hayhurst over at Pinnacle. So like, there's steampunk like deep in the blood of a lot of the Pinnacle crew, and this is very cool. Like, and this is a very comprehensive handbook for bringing this genre to life.
Yeah, all the time, I always feel like that I'm missing something. Because for instance, I deliberately left out like space steampunk. There's a lot of how to put it. There's a lot of problematic things. They try to stand on the punk side. To stay on the against the establishment. But still, there is some interesting problematic stuff. Volsung, for example, it was, I think even today, it was rightly so criticized by being very stereotypical. Sometimes it was typical cultural clash. We were all younger. We were all, in Polish, which Poland was very different back then. So, but I think, the Volsung stuff is based on the 2nd edition, which is coming, I hope. So I also changed, and I try to, not to be on the side of colonialism and so on.
Well, Ted pointed out something I think we've all been talking about is that Ted likes the look, the design, and the style. Reminds him of like an old school scrapbook.
Yeah. This
but like
scrapbook
in
style,
a good thing, not a bad thing, right? It feels like a tome of hidden knowledge, kind of up and
Yeah, I was aiming more at design style, but the scrapbook style is, Savage World Scorebook is in this like scrapbook style. It's kind of natural. I'm planning to add, chapter markers, which are also pieces of paper and so on. They will be useless in a PDF, but they will look good.
They'll look good, especially if we get a print-on-demand version.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, because I had. I think looks nice on my bookshelf. But not that many people bought it in the long run. So I don't know. But maybe people will also ask me often enough to see it in the debt reform that I will get it. Yeah. So as I said, there's some recycled material. There is some random images that are just all of it. Is basically stock art. I think some of it, or public domain, of course. Yeah, some pictures are
right. Yeah.
But I wanted it to kind of stand out and be different. Yeah.
Do you know about what you're going to be pricing this at?
I was thinking about $10 to $15.
That's a great deal.
Yeah, because it's on the one side, this is like a one person show, which is amateurish, kind of, because I'm doing it, kind of because I can.
Yeah,
it's my book. It's
a passion project.
It's my vision of steampunk. The first chapter is like what I see as steampunk, what I don't see as steampunk. But as I said, for example, there is a mention when people often think of steampunk, maybe they mean a Gaslamp fantasy, which is this more swashbuckling, fantastic genre. I kind of meaning I'm kind of thinking into the punk aesthetic, dystopia, exaggeration, weird science, but there is like options. Like Volsung was steam pulp, it wasn't steampunk. So there are options.
As soon as it goes live, let me know. We'll get it in the newsletter. We'll put it up on the Savage Universe website, and I'm really excited. It sounds like a lot of people in the chat are interested in this as well. And
thanks.
I know you have to crash here and get
okay, just a preview of things to come. None of this will happen 100%. Things may change, but they kind of even the book has some future proofing. I hope for this, because I kind of made a list what genres won't have their own companions, and what genres I feel confident about.
All right, so what are they? Give us
okay.
No promise preview.
No promise, okay. First one is something I think is there were some excellent Savage World settings, but I think it's kind of missing time travel.
Yeah.
Something like a more generic time travel book. I think this is kind of, it's hard to write a good time travel RPG. I don't know if I know anything that stands out a lot. I think some Savage settings rely on time travel also. But I have, one reason is that I really had a fun D20 Modern campaign at my first university year, which was about hunting dinosaurs, which might appear. But this is, I haven't written a page technically here about it.
Right.
And this is something that is more likely to happen, because 90% of it will be like Stuart Scott material, but for more adult gaming, investigation. I know there is a great swag supplement, investigative toolkit, which is a small PDF, totally worth it. And what its name? And let me check once again. I should have written it down. Quick Start Guide to Investigations
Yeah.
by Benjamin L. Which is totally worth your money. Once again, I'm not being paid to advertise this, but this will be, a lot of things, a lot of rules will be taken from Sleuth Squad, plus some more mature themes, which can still happen in a genre like this, Sleuth Squad doesn't have serial killers, doesn't have, romance, so
Very cool.
So this will, and it won't have rules on talking dogs. So that's
a shame. But we have Sleuth Squad for that. So
yeah, and I hope, because once again I'm having more and more enough of steampunk. So I'm thinking more and more about going back to Sleuth Squad. So maybe I will deal with that. In the meantime, maybe there will be some more Sleuth Squad supplements because I neglected this and I don't want to. Maybe some other return to some other things, but there will be some. Hopefully there will be some other handbooks or manuals.
Very cool. Well, I know we're all excited for it.
Okay, I definitely am. Okay.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much. This was awesome. Mm-hmm. It's always great to hang out and chat with you, and I'm really looking forward to the Steampunk Handbook. Please let me know as soon as it's going live.
Yeah, I'm insanely proud about it. I hope to finish it soon. It's kind of being revised and revised and revised. Mm-hmm. And as you saw, there are still some flaws. But I'm really getting happy that it's going to be out.
Very cool. Well, everybody, that is it for Savage Universe tonight. We'll be back soon to talk about Swagtember, which is coming up in about half a month. Until next time, go out and play some Savage Worlds. Be ready to purchase the Unofficial Steampunk Handbook when it goes live. And may all your dice ace. Have a good one, everybody.
So good night and good evening, kind.